The man responsible for a multi-day standoff in Gering will not be standing trial. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the man who held authorities at bay during a 28-hour standoff in Gering last fall was back in court this week and struck a plea deal with prosecutors to avoid standing trial. 38-year-old Bradley Garcia was taken into custody on September 27th after a tense, armed standoff with local and federal authorities. He was facing 16 felony charges, including felon in possession of a firearm, attempted first-degree assault on an officer, false imprisonment, and terroristic threats. However, this week, Garcia pleaded no contest to 3 charges: use of a firearm to commit a felony, and 2 counts of attempted first-degree assault on an officer. District Judge Leo Dobrovolny accepted the no contest pleas, revoked Garcia's bond, and ordered him to be back in court on May 17th for sentencing. Well, a Scottsbluff man who was arrested after driving to the Gering jail and impersonated an officer is back behind bars. In January, 47-year-old Dominic Flores drove to the Scottsbluff County Detention Center and told jail staff he was a Cheyenne County officer and was there to transport an inmate back to Sydney. Flores was subsequently arrested for impersonating a peace officer, driving under suspension, and possession of marijuana. He failed to show up to his pre-trial hearing this week. An arrest warrant was issued and was served on him on Wednesday. And the use of state-of-the-art technology helps authorities locate 2 missing individuals in Morrill County. The Nebraska State Patrol says early Wednesday morning, Sergeant Lassen was dispatched for a drone deployment to assist the Morrill County Sheriff's Office to locate the missing pair. Despite challenges like difficult terrain, Sergeant Lassen skillfully deployed a thermal drone, locating the subjects who became lost after their vehicle got stuck. NSP officials credit Sergeant Lassen's quick thinking and expertise to helping the subjects be found and a potential crisis averted. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then, your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Platte Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
Life Care promises us that we are looked after and taken care of properly.
If I didn't have Life Care, I would be probably scared to death about having enough money for when I got older or when I got sick.
Moving in here was an easy decision and in fact a no-brainer. I looked at it as actually buying long-term care insurance, and in retrospect a good move.
One of the things that convinces me that we did the right thing is no matter what happens, we will constantly be taken care of.
The whole thing is just vital because you don't have to be worried about what's ahead for you. It's there, it's in black and white, and that's reassuring.
This is home. It has been from the day I moved in.
Welcome back. Officials with the Western Nebraska Regional Airport say a federal funding earmark for the facility in the new transportation bill provides money that's vital for a project that's been at the top of their wish list. Senator Deb Fischer was able to secure $3.5 million for the airport, specifically for extension of the taxiway for approach to runway 23. Airport Director Raul Aguayo tells KNEB News the airport authority already has the balance of the funding anticipated for the $8 million project, which he says is a key to the future of the facility.
From a safety perspective, it's going to be increase our safety, tenfold. All the airlines, are going to be able to land all runways. I'm going to be able to lift my weight restrictions on runway 523. So it's going to be a good thing for our airport.
A guy Aguayo says he's hoping to let the project out for bid this fall and begin construction early next year. He says as the favored diversion airport for Denver-bound United Airlines flights during bad weather, the Scottsbluff facility will become even busier with completion of the project. Well, Western Community College area governors have declared a vacancy on the board in the district representing Cherry, Sheridan, Dawes, Sioux, and Grant counties. During Wednesday's board meeting, Chair Karen Anderson discussed the impact of District 1 Representative Dr. Margaret Krause, who recently passed.
She was instrumental. She brought great expertise in higher education and HLC, and just brought a lot of expertise and wisdom to our board. She also led the NCCA as the president.
Board member John Stinner will oversee the ad hoc committee that will review applications and make a recommendation to the board. Applications are due April 8th from those interested in filling the position, which has a term ending in 2026 and will be up for election that year.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the Scottsbluff Body and Paint Ag Desk. Scottsbluff Body and Paint, you're driving home our reputation.
This is one heck of a week, right? We celebrate agriculture with every breath. We have so much to brag about, and that's maybe the theme for all of us, to get out of our comfort zone and quit being so dadgum Nebraska humble, and let's make sure we brag. In the first place, we got to brag. I just met the director of this institute of the research here. He's been here 14 months. It happens every single time. I said, what do you love the most about Nebraska? It's the people. Can't get it out fast enough. When I ask lifetime Nebraskans every time, we look down and go, kick the dirt. We take ourselves for granted. We got to stop this stuff and recognize how incredible the Nebraskans are, because most important, these young people, that's why we're here. These young people need to know the grass is thickest, greenest, tallest here in Nebraska. The careers and the opportunities are incredible. But what we've got for you is nothing but great people. You can go anywhere in the world, you're not going to find the people. I've never met a human being in my life that doesn't want to be around great people. That's the start, number one. Number two, we live in the safest place in the world. And then number three, agriculture is our economy in the state. Everything that takes place in the state of Nebraska starts with agriculture. It has since March 1st, 1867, since the founding of our state. Everything is agriculture. And then I think the other two things I wanted to share, I have been saying for years and years, the one thing that's never going to change, right? We all want to eat 3 times a day. And if all of us can spread the message for people to be taking a minute to have an appreciation for all the hands, all the extraordinary minds that have an impact from germination and conception to get on our plate. from all over the world, every colored hand, every language. You talk about an inclusive industry of people to make it happen everywhere. Incredible. And then that's been our world forever. But since President Bush did the renewable fuels policy, now we're into another piece besides feeding the world. We're making things, starting with clean energy and clean fuel. And now, when you start thinking about the new bioeconomy, I wish I was you guys' age. Because agriculture, we haven't seen anything yet what's going to take place because of all of the things we're making from corn and soybeans. From biodiesel with soybeans to, I mean, it's hard to fathom that we're making lysine, an amino acid that helps us improve feed conversion from corn. We're making plastics from corn. We're making acetic acid, acetylacetone. We're making cosmetics. We're making surfactants. Soon we'll be making sustainable jet aviation fuel that has a 50 billion gallon market. All of those things do nothing but enhance the value and the quality of what we do here in Nebraska. And then obviously what's been transformative is our pot of gold, the Oglala Aquifer. Think about Nebraska, how we are the center of the world when it comes to water, right? Center of the world when it comes to water. We have 4 family companies that started Center Pivot Irrigation back in the late 50s and early 60s. And oh, by the way, there's 4 companies that have 99% of the global market share, Nebraska companies that have had an incredible impact on making sure we can feed the world. Think about what's going on here. It's absolutely incredible. And because of that, in our pot of gold, the Oglala Aquifer, we can raise more with less than anywhere else in the world. So our future is incredibly bright. And with that all takes place our university. Research, bringing technology to the forefront. I think most of us all in agriculture saying we are in the technology business, we just happen to farm. We just happen to raise pigs, we just happen to raise cattle. So it's so exciting because our futures are kids. And as your governor, it's about kids, taxes, agriculture, and values. We're going to stand up everywhere. And Mark, don't you worry, we are going to get 40% property tax relief done. We're not going to give up. And I think lastly, I think it's really important that all of us spend a little bit more time thinking about how we can build relationships with our neighbors. I think sometimes we tend to say, well, I know Joe, but honestly, we need to invest more energy in spending time knowing our neighbors better. And so that we can talk, God forbid we agree on everything, but if we know our neighbors and we build relationships, you know, it's okay. We can have different opinions. It was silly, in the last month I met a lady and we were obviously key for the bioeconomy, key for ethanol's carbon pipelines. The folks that want to start with fear of everything. You know there's no facts when people lead with fear. But she said, well, of course I'm for the carbon pipeline, but I have a neighbor with a really loud voice and, you know, I can't talk to her about it. I said, seriously, you can't talk to your neighbor about something so important for rural Nebraska? Come on, we have to have better relationships to do that. So that's maybe the last message is, let's realize what extraordinary people we are, but let's spend more time building relationships so we can make Nebraska an extraordinary place for generations to come. Really, really a privilege for me to be out celebrating agriculture. Sherry and I were together everywhere yesterday. And as your governor, it's really cool to get to do proclamations. I made a proclamation, a spontaneous one, and that's a little dangerous, right, Mark? But it wasn't that bold and courageous. I was in Grand Island the other night, and the other governor, Jordan Larson, was there. So I brought Jordan up and I said, as a governor, I can make proclamations. Jordan Larson, the greatest athlete in the history of the state of Nebraska. I don't think anybody would disagree. So let me read a couple lines here. Whereas leading manufacturers and business and agriculture call Nebraska home and continue to expand and invest here. And whereas Nebraska farmers and ranchers are committed to being stewards of the land and implementing conservation practices that preserve our precious natural resources. And whereas Nebraska supports the next generation of people by working in agriculture, by teaching youth about agriculture, incredible career opportunities and leadership opportunities in the ag industry. And whereas Nebraskans would like to extend their appreciation to all who have shown dedication and perseverance in growing our state through agriculture. Now therefore it be, I, Jim Pillen, Governor of the incredible state of Nebraska, do hereby proclaim the week of March 17 to 23, 2024 as Agricultural Week in Nebraska, and I do hereby urge all citizens to take due notice. Congratulations, everybody in agriculture. We got to give a big
Let's take a peek at your weekend community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, dog lovers here in Scottsbluff County will have a new way to meet other dog owners and their pups. A new event called Sundays in the Park with Fido will be coming to the 18th Street Plaza in Scottsbluff the first Sunday of the month starting in May. Jessica Schluter with the Emporium Express talked to the City Council this week about the event and says it will be something new and entertaining for the community.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So it's like an event for us, obviously, for the community, but also for the Humane Society. So there's going to be adoptable dogs in the area, encouraging families to come out, pet some dogs. You know, adults can have a beverage if they'd like, but it should be fun.
That's pretty cool.
The monthly dog meetups will be held from 1 to 6 on May 5th, June 2nd, July 7th, August 4th, September 1st, and October 6th. And we'll have food and beverage offerings for attendees to purchase. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.